Hey guys, it's Section of Balance here. We got a fun one. We got Ares FC. Man, I wouldn't say this is my most confident card, but it's a pretty good card. Let's start off though. We got Mohamed Baylo versus Jacob Kaskmarski. Now, Mohamed Baylo is a pretty good jiu-jitsu player. He's not too high level, but he's pretty good. Um, This is a hard one because I really do like Jacob Kaczmarski. I think he's the more well-rounded fighter. I think he's gonna have the better striking. But when it comes down to the jiu-jitsu, I do worry about his jiu-jitsu. I'm gonna just side sprinkle on the dog with this one probably because I'm not confident enough in Balo to win. But as a prediction, I'm gonna have to slightly lean Balo. But yeah, moving on. We have Manuela Marcinetto versus Ione Razafiyarson. Ione Razafiyarson has very limited grappling. She isn't very athletic, and she isn't very good. Um, she's always usually backing up, and Manuela's always pushing forward. She's got good. She should be 5-1 right now, but she got robbed. It is what it is. She's won. She's back on her winning ways. I think she wins this relatively easy. Nice unanimous decision. I don't see in this being much of a sweat. She's my max play of the card. So yeah, we're just gonna ride her out. Moving on, we have Gregory Wamington versus Jawani Scott. Gregory Wamington's a jiu-jitsu player, mainly in the gi. Obviously, he's going to have some no-gi skills as well, but I do think the takedown defense of Scott and the striking is going to be too much for Wilmington. I think he's going to get finished here in the first or second round. I really like Giovanni Scott here, but I do worry potentially he could be in trouble if he gets into a sticky situation with Gregory on the mat. But I'm gonna go with Scott here, and a pretty confident pick. Moving on to the lock of the card, we got Darius Zeleznikova versus Maria Loiseau. Maria Loiseau is getting finished here by everybody. She isn't very good. She doesn't really have a lot of heart, and like I don't really know. Like she quits usually really early. I'm gonna go with Daria here. She's just too much on the feet, and it's gonna be a quick finish too. But yeah, that's all I got to say about that fight. Moving on, we got Luthando Biko versus Samir Fadin. Now, I was entertaining the idea of Samir Fadin by decision. He trains with pretty good guys, MMA Factory. He took Hack to a split decision, which is a pretty good win. He's lost to Aaron Abbey, which isn't a great win. And if you're losing to Aaron Abbey, I think Biko is going to be able to control you as well. I'm going to go with Biko here by unanimous decision, but it could be a close fight. Pretty excited for this one. I wish I got Biko at those better odds, but it is what it is. Moving on, we have Jackie Jean versus Alejandro Arca. Alejandro Arca is definitely not a great fighter. He's all right. He's got power. Um, he's undefeated. He hasn't faced the greatest of competition. The last one wasn't bad though, so I am a little worrisome for Jackie Jane for that reason. I'm gonna lean Alejandro Arcar, but Jackie Jean has pretty good striking, so I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a finish here. But I'm gonna go with Arcar by unanimous decision. But this is gonna be a fun fight. Moving on, we have Pietro Panini versus Robert Valentin. Now, Robert Valentin, I believe, is going to be the more well-rounded fighter. Pietro Penny is extremely dirty, so if this happens again, I do think this is their second fight. Last time be a DQ. I think if he gets hit with that again, I think Pietro is gonna get a DQ. I got Robert by a unanimous decision, but I wouldn't be surprised if we get a DQ win. But yeah, moving on. Welani Wozniak versus Ivana Petrovic. This is a hard one. A lot of the people are pretty torn on this one. Uh, this is a hard one. More people are on Petrovic. I'm leaning Petrovic with her grappling, but when you look you know, when you're facing Tekena, it's not a crazy win. She's got good jiu-jitsu, she's got good striking, but her jiu-jitsu is not great. Um, took her to 3 rounds to get to submit her to. I think this is a hard fight to call, but I'm gonna go with Wozniak. I think she has a lot of really good ability to be able to, you know, outpoint her, win a decision. But this is a really weird fight, man. I'm gonna go with Wozniak, but I'm not saying with confidence. I was originally on Ivana, but I just don't. I don't think she's gonna have the upper hand in the grappling like she thinks, but maybe she does. But yeah, I'm gonna go with the girl with more tools in the toolbox. It's a close fight though. It's really, really close. Moving on was going to be Melissa Dixon, but she missed weight, so her fight's canceled. Um, moving on, we have Mikhail Lebout versus Laureano Stapoli. I didn't like the energy from Lebout at the weigh-ins. I love Stapoli's energy at the weigh-ins. I do think Stapoli's going to win this quite easily. I do think he is dangerous. I do think he has the ability to beat Lebout by unanimous decision, but I also predict a TKO because Staropoli is dangerous, but Lebout is very technical. So I'm very interested to see how this fight plays out. I'm gonna go with Staropoli though. I do think he's gonna win this. And now we're gonna lead on to the most confident picks. So our number one most confident pick is Daria. Number two, we got Manuela. Number three, we're gonna go with um I'm gonna go with Starpoli. Number four, I like Scott. Number four. Number five, I'm gonna go Biko. And those are my confident predictions, guys. This is Ares FC. I wouldn't recommend putting a lot of your money on this card. The only spot I really, really, really like is Manuela, and her odds have gotten down to negative 170. So have fun with that. I missed out on that. I played it for 5 units, but I also have negative 260 for 5 units. So it is what it is. I thought the odds would swell. Turns out they didn't. This might be a good thing. This might be a bad thing. I don't know what the odds are seeing in this girl. Maybe they see something I don't. But I think this is an easy win for Manuela. All right, guys. Like, subscribe. You know the drill. That's it for today. We got some fights tomorrow. I'll recap the fights probably and PFL at the same time. So won't be a video till later tomorrow night. But again, guys, we got some good fights tomorrow. I'll have the plays out for Ares FC probably by the end of tonight. If not, first thing in the morning. I got to be up early anyways. So, all right, guys, like, subscribe. You know the drill. And I'll see you next time.